you guys watched my last video when I did the brakes. Well, I am correcting the shoe problem. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why it catches the first time. You know, I've got plenty of books to relate to here, but you know, you think you know everything. Anyway. Here's the shoes I took off there, okay? Now these were installed wrong to begin with, okay? The small shoe goes in front and the big shoe in the rear. I had them backwards. If you know what I'm talking about, big shoe, small shoe. You can see the brake material. Slightly different. Big shoe, little shoe. If you read the book, it say primary and secondary shoe. So that's what these are. And when I took them off, I was kind of, where are you at there? I was kind of wondering why they're wearing uneven. This one here is thicker on the bottom and thinner at the top. Also, it's almost down to the rivets. See that? Yeah. That's the small shoe, which I believe is the primary shoe. As you can see, this is the secondary shoe, the larger one. Everything's pretty well even. Why? Well, maybe because I had them backwards. Okay, so what else did I learn on this little brake job? I also learned, if you look at the brake shoes here, there's shiny spots on it. See the shiny spot, and the shiny spot, and the shiny spot? Right there? Yeah. These brake shoes actually rub up against that back plate on the brake thingy, brake plate. And if you look at it after you take your shoes off, there'll be 4 little spots, flat spots, and that's where these ride on, these rub against. You're supposed to put a little grease on there. So not just any kind of grease, there's special grease for it. I think it's same kind of grease you use on your caliper sliders. Okay? Not just brake grease, it'd be caliper brake grease. So, learn something new. The wheel cylinders, remember the wheel cylinders, why I started this whole fiasco here? Okay, here's the wheel cylinders, the bleed screw. This is where hydraulic tubing screws into, okay? Get these little cups. Ew, these are nasty, look at that, okay? These little dust caps that go on there. I got one apart, okay? Inside you can see the little cylinder. Here's the cylinder removed, okay? That goes in there and sits inside there. Just a little piston. Whoops. See that? Shh. Alright, so that comes out of there. This does not seal. This is just a piston that rides up and down there. There's another piston in there that's actually sealed. If you really want to get into this, that's what they look like inside. Okay? Simple. So, it's getting a little dark out here. We're heading towards sunset again. So if you got a parts cleaner, you're probably going to want to clean this in your little parts cleaner thing. Or get some brake cleaner and clean it real good. There's still gunk in there. See the gunk in there? My fingers aren't long enough to go in there. Right, I just wiped it out and you see there's still gunk in there. Also, these things in here will get like wear marks, like ridges, like a worn piston. You know, they're not smooth no more. But there's a way to fix that with a honer. Alright, just for your general information, This is a honer. This is a piston honer though. This is to resurface the inside of a piston. You put this in, I believe you use some kind of special oil. You can see it's like spring loaded, so it hugs the walls of the piston, and you can adjust the tension on it, and you work it back and forth, and it smooths out the walls of the piston, of the cylinder. It's got these little stones on here, grinding stones. So here's a little honer. It's for brake cylinders like this. Same concept. You close this up. You make sure it's inserted all the way. There you go. You put it on your drill and you spin it and work it inside. And those little stone wheels will smooth out and resurface the inside of your cylinder, of your brake cylinder. Yeah, looking better already. So you don't want to get too crazy with this either, because this will actually start making this thing bigger, and your seals won't seal, and your pistons will blow out, and you'll have to start all over again. So that's what this is. Like I said, you can go out and buy these things already rebuilt, but they're not Bendix, not the ones I got. They were Cheech and Chong's from China, so anyway, there you go. Yeah, clean it out, reassemble it, and you're ready to go. Put your new screw in, your new bleed screw. Alright, so real quick, this is what it looks like inside. You got this little springy thingy. Alright, you got the little cup. Now this is your actual seal right here. See that? That goes on top like that. Oops. You can buy this kit and rebuild them yourself. New seal springs. I believe it comes with this piston that goes on top like that. And that's it. Alright? Alright. This kind of stuff is really killing my back these days.